Greetings, galactic family. It is I, Mario, the Blue Ray Bodhisattva from the kingdom of Shamballa. ¿Cómo estás? I'm on a little hike on my way to up north to the Pacific, driving through the Pacific Northwest, going to Oregon. Not entirely sure where the flow is going to go. I have a meeting in Oregon, and then my spacecraft ladybug is needing to see a doctor. So decided, why not take a trip? I need to anyways. These last 4-6 months really have been great. have been whew, since the last eclipse is what I'm getting at, because we're approaching the next set of eclipses going on. Full moon eclipse coming on, full moon Sagittarius, sun Gemini, new moon eclipse after that in Gemini, and I'm a Gemini sun and a Gemini moon, and right now the North Node and Venus are right on my moon. Uranus is right on my Mercury, and Pluto is right on my motherfucking Saturn. Being stretched, and I'm not the only one. Many warriors in my generation right now who have similar placements are being stretched in their ways. I know how I'm being stretched right now, and describing the charts is how I can best articulate my experience. And so yeah, it's great. It's been great. I've been having the opportunity of being a messenger for a lot of people, and I love it. I get so excited. And what's cool is that these days everybody's chart that I look at, they have something in Gemini going on, whether if it's a North Node Gemini, Rising Gemini, something in Gemini. I'm like, oh shit, you're being out right now, and I, being the Sun Moon Gemini, get to be that messenger for you. Hello, are you open to receive this channeled fucking flow right now? And really been able to integrate on many levels what my gifts are, what they've always been, and to expand on it, stretching me more to handle more of the bandwidth that I'm capable of tapping into. And it's been great. Not without its challenges, though. Not without its moments of confusion and uncertainty. It's all good, though. I don't stay there. I don't stay and get stuck anywhere. Okay, it's impossible for me with my Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and my Scorpio Pluto placement. It's impossible for me to be fixed or stuck in any given mode of expression. I'm literally here meant to process and transmute and report as I go. Report to you and report to yeah, so anyways, I wanted to just share some codes, I guess, just a channel on for us fellow starseed galactic citizens here, on programming your extrasensory processes, how you process what you are feeling, what you're intuiting, and how to get to conclusions. Look at that. That's a marina on Shasta Lake. I'm within Shasta, the Shasta County line. I'm along I'm passing through the mountain gates right now. Please. So passing through here reminded me of something, because a couple years ago when I was passing through here with a friend, we were passing through here late at night and we were getting ready to pull over and sleep for the night. And I pulled over a random road that led us down the windy path all the way somewhere at the bed of the lake somewhere. Random, low-key, super hidden camp spot. I don't know if I'll ever find that spot again. And this was late at night, so I couldn't even see it. I didn't even see that we were parked right next to this lake. It wasn't until the next day when we woke up where we realized, 555, where we realized we were by the lake. And so, we get up and we're like, we're gonna dip in it, of course. And where we go into the lake, I noticed a big fucking tire that was left there, because it was also a boating ramp, and there was a big rubber tire in there for like a big 4x4 truck. And it's like, man, that's fucked up. I think that's the real reason why we're here. Nature, this mountain, the energy, the spirit, this planet does not like how that feels in her. That tire, that rubber tire, however long that tire has been right there, is she doesn't like it. She doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good, when we leave these types of things going on, and it's happening everywhere. I know, but this is a very sacred, powerful area here, and so I was like, this is a tumor right here. This is becoming a tumor here in your energy and what goes on here. I'm gonna pull this out. I'm gonna pull this all the way out. And I pulled it all the way back up to where the camp areas are, the parking spots are. So hopefully someone picked that up and cleaned it, but at least it wasn't in her water and like buried in there like that. It wasn't good. I pulled it out. And so that whole example there was one of the things that got me to realize the dialogue that I have with energies and elementals without even being conscious of it. Because in retrospect, now that a few years have passed from that moment, and not only that, but in retrospect of my whole life and the synchronicities and how I just flow in through places and time and stuff, me whole driving down that path, that random path and everything, all that was my higher self already receiving from the land that it is asking to remove this tire right here. And on a bigger picture, it was the land working with my higher self to teach me, to put me through a training experience, and so that way I can come to this point of now realizing what that whole situation was. It was a training to experience with the land, so that way I can realize on a real physical level that I am in communication and that I do have a very accurate receptivity to these energies. The only thing that's not accurate is my own bullshit programming that makes me feel like I'm inaccurate. That Capricorn stellium is in my third house, so with the Saturn and everything. So that is where all my caps are, no pun intended, with that Capricorn energy. So it's my mind that I have to remove certain limitations that have been placed upon me, on all of us, really. Anyways, so that happened, and now that wasn't the first time I pulled a tire out of somewhere. That was not the first time at all. There have been a few times where that happened before this Shasta moment. It was just all those times before, it was just not me being conscious of my higher self working with the land, working with the energy, and me just being silly and just having fun hiking or camping or drinking, partying, whatever the fuck, and being all like, that doesn't belong here, let me pick this up because I'm a good guy and I care about the environment. On my conscious level back then, it was just like nothing, right? But where my conscious level is now is that connected to that energy, right? So now, from that moment of pulling that tire here in Shasta Lake was, okay, confirmation. I am what I am feeling, what I've been feeling in terms of what I feel the land and spirit is communicating to me and is asking of me. It may be real. I think it's real. I think what the land has been asking of me is real. I think what's been going on is real. It has to be real, right? Get this. Another more recent time with the tire, and it's tires, so it's funny because the tires is a circle and we're spinning the wheel and then everything like that. So it's like, every single aspect of the thing going on has a stream of information. So even the fact that it's tires that I'm finding on a repetitive basis has a lot of codes in it in itself. That's for me, for my personal journey. I mean, I can go into the video now, but it's not for you, and I don't fucking feel like doing that. It's for me. It's my own personal dialogue. I'm just trying to pass along the codes of processing what you experience and sense to help you integrate that psychic dialogue, that telepathic dialogue with these energies. So anyways, last year camping near Zion, Utah, I camped for a whole week in the high desert canyons, right outside Zion. And same type of thing. I just drove into the wilderness, just boom, boom, boom. Okay, spirit, where do you want me to go? Because at this point, 2 years later, I'm like been actively talking with spirit, with earth. Where do I go? And being open, and and also checking, having my own internal compass too, and not constantly looking at for signs or whatever. This, because I'm a conscious co-creator of this experience as well. So important thing to note here. So you're not just like lost in the sauce and just like man, because we have those tendencies. So anyways, Utah, same thing, whatever, and hiking in canyons, like with slate rock and everything, with a lot of silica, slate rock. I find a big old tire that's out there, and so at this point, I'm like already being able to look around and see in this whole beautiful fucking land of Utah, where there's flash floods all the time when it rains and during that season, and you can see where the channels of the rain flow every year in this canyon and how it goes. And this fucking tire was also stuck there. Now, the fact that rain falls down these ridges all the time, creating more significant grooves for the water channels to come through, means that all those channels there contain an energy. They channel an energy. There is something about it that channels that energy, that gets to be that channel for the rainwater to flow into the bigger channel. So all that energy communicating, channels communicating, everything. So that whole area of where I was, and how I chose it to be, was leading me to pull that tire out too. Because every year when the cycles come and it comes for that rain and comes for that energy to channel through it, guess what? It has to brush through that tire, which then changes the structure of the energy flowing through it. When it hits that tire, it changes the energetic structure of it. So it literally is a tumor. So I had to pull that out too. And that one was the hardest tire I've ever had to pull out of anywhere in nature, because I was deep in the fucking canyons of Utah. So that tire must have ended somewhere way the fuck else. And over time, because it was an old tire, it was one of those old ass tires with the white wall rims. That fucking old, guys. I fucking carried that fucking tire up the fucking hot desert sun. Pulled it back out so it can be cleared out, you know. And again, more training to realize how to process this, okay? One more example here. One more example. Most recent example. And this involves actually like programming your body and your senses and communicating to come to a conclusion, to come to an idea of what you are experiencing may mean, or what it may be communicating. So a week ago, a few days ago, you know, I was just exploring the beach area and found a bluff to look over the beach over in the Malibu area. And I never been there before, and where I decided to park, I parked in front of a driveway of a house that looked like nobody was living in it because it was under total construction, and it said do not park here. But I was like, I'm fucking parking here. And I'm hanging out, and I, you know, smoked a joint, and I'm just chilling. And at one point, so I'm chilling, and at one point I hear a hawk, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's calling. Start calling it back, and then the hawk comes out of the clouds because it was super overcast, and I couldn't see it because it was in the clouds. But once I started responding to its call, it came below the clouds and hovered over, you know, the canyon area, just chilling. So I was like, hey, what's up, hawk? You know, yeah, I feel you, you feel me, we in connection here, we all one, you know, I am you, you are me, you know, thank you. And then fill in the trees and the canyon and the oceans, and, you know, all you have to do is bring all these things to your awareness. That's it. Once they're in your awareness, you can start exercising what they may be communicating to you. Boom, that tree is in my awareness right there. Now I'm aware of that tree. And then since I'm aware of that tree, I'm aware of the structure of this tree and how it breathes, how it photosynthesis, and then the roots of this tree, how it absorbs more nutrients. And then not only that, but how it has an energy and electrical current, and it runs through those roots and it communicates to that tree. And then boom, connecting to the awareness of one tree, I'm now connected to the awareness of all these trees, the entire fucking forest. The entire fucking forest. Not just the forest, but everything else that the forest is connected to. And then these trees in this forest can send a message through the entire airwaves of this planet. It really works like that. This is telepathy. Telepathy is key. We are opening up these receptivities to access these memories of how we are free, how we are sovereign, and how we are so much more powerful than we have been led to believe. So, back to the bluff with the hawk and viewing the ocean. I got a ring in my ear, okay? So I get rings in my ears all the time at different pitches, different sounds, you know. And, you know, I've been experiencing rings in my ears my whole life. I'm sure all y'all have experienced ringing in the ear. I got severe tinnitus, and so I'm not even going to go into details of the constant sounds in my ears. But anyways, I hear beep, real particular pitch here, which then focus over there, and then big tree from way over there, big tree that's leaning over here that I'm actually standing under. So I'm like, oh, tree, ha, hey, what's up? How's it going? You're in my awareness. Is this ringing in my ear? You know, and then that's how you communicate. Is this ringing in my ear? You. Instant question, because when you ask a question, you're gonna get a response, okay? And it could be hard because you may expect the response to be like an actual voice that you can perceive as separate as you, but really the responses are going to come as something that mostly feels like your own thought, where your mind goes, your inner dialogue. So don't always expect to hear the response of like, hi, yes, it is me, the tree, that's communicating to you. Because it's you. This is me. I'm a representative in this form of everything that exists here on this planet. So are you. If you choose to be, if you choose to experience that stretch of bandwidth to realize it, and then actualize it. Happening again. So the whole, long story short, the ringing in the ear, what that whole thing was actually the tree having my back, because remember, I was parked somewhere where I shouldn't have parked. So the tree was actually giving me the ringing in the ear, because it was about maybe a minute to 2 minutes after the ringing in the ear, and then asking if it was the tree, then realizing yes, it was the tree, and not only the tree but the hawk as well, and that the whole energy, all of that whole communication cycle was actually having my back to let me know that it is time for me to get back to my van, because I'm in the wrong spot. I'm parked where I'm not supposed to park, and it's time for me to go. Get into my van, and I start pulling up my GPS, turn on the phone, putting in the navigation of where I want to go next, and a dude pulls up in a Porsche, super nice fucking Porsche, and he's like, hey, you're gonna have to move something, I don't know, he said you're gonna have to move, this is my house and that's my driveway, I need to get in. And I was like, oh, well, perfect timing, I'm leaving. And so many of us experience these things. Look at that beautiful fucking mountain. Gosh, yes. We all experience certain things all the time, whether if it's a tickle in the gut, or a twitch in the eye, or, an itch in the butt, and fucking tinkle in the lights, or, there's different things that I'm sure you've experienced your whole life. And so, just start expanding your cognitivity when these things are happening. So let's say your body gives you an indication, you experience the indication, the next thing you do is what's in your physical environment, looking around. Is there a synchronicity? Is there a lineup of synchronicities? Boom, boom, boom. Something is communicating. I'm in the midst of something happening right now. What am I experiencing? What am I feeling? Am I in danger? Is there danger? Is there threat? Should I be cautious? Am I giving an indication to move forward, to move backwards, to what is stand down or step up? These sorts of things. Play with it. It's a fucking muscle you need to exercise. It's a psychic muscle you need to exercise. Play with it. Have fun. Embrace this shit. It's not a race, so, embrace your mission, because we are no longer in hypnotic submission. Now activate cosmic clearance and delete the theta wave suggested programming. Yeah, that's about it. I don't want to hit 30 minutes with this, but I've enjoyed sharing all this information with y'all, and I'm realizing that I'm making videos all the time as I'm doing shit, and that's very Gemini of me, to be multitasking and trying to channel a message as I'm driving or hiking. And so I am going to start getting into the habit of actually fucking sitting down to focus the clear channel. But it's not that any of this wasn't clear or anything like that. It's just it'll be a different frequency when I'm in that kind of mode of channeling, is what I mean. Not that I'm doing anything wrong with the way I'm doing it now. Just acknowledging. Anyways, so my fellow soldiers out there, my galactic family, never mind. I'll just leave you guys with that. Have fun with this. Namaste.